Yo, what it do? Hey, we know you just saw that fresh new intro. Wasn't that shit sick? Well, we couldn't agree more, guys.
Right, we just collaborated with our boy Omar at Sun City Vibes to help create an intro that would take our podcast to the next level. Do you need help with your video editing and content creation to help elevate your business to the next level? Well, Sun City Vibes has you covered without a doubt.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Whether it's a logo reveal, a music video, drone footage, or even t-shirt printing, guys, hit up Sun City Vibes for quality work and affordable price. Shit, Omar even made us a sick-ass hat. Look at this.
It's a fresh-ass hat.
Fresh.
Shit's fresh.
Fresh.
So yeah, guys, go help support those that support us and hit up our boy Omar and tell him Chris and Misa sent you from the podcast and help support a local El Paso business today. Let's go. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. As always, guys, co-host of the podcast, Mr. Misael is here. Say what's up.
Sir, what it do?
For episode 112, guys, Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast, we got a very, very special guest. Former NFL player and UTEP star, Mr. Quintin Demps is with us. Join us from the city of Chicago. Say what's up to the podcast, man.
What's good, man? Thanks for having me on.
Hey, welcome, brother. Welcome.
Go Miners.
Go Miners. Picks up, baby. Let's do it. So yeah, man, thank you, Mr. Demps, for being here. You have a great story. We're going to get all into that. You're out in Chicago right now. That's why we're doing the Zoom. But how are you doing, man? Say what's up to the podcast. Let the audience members know that who may not be familiar with you. Let them know who you are.
Yeah, what's good, everybody? What's good to the consistent listeners? You know what I mean? What's happening? It's your boy Q Demps just tapping in. Seeing what's going on. Like you said, man, I'm in Chicago now, but I'm born and raised in San Antonio, Texas. Went to school at the wonderful UTEP. Played 5 years at UTEP, man. So I kind of consider El Paso where I grew up at, as far as like matured as a man. You know, those valuable college years. And so here I am today, man. Just coaching football. I'm in school and I have a foundation, and I'm excited to, man, just chop it up with y'all.
Oh man, living the life, bro.
Yeah, dude. And for sure, we're gonna get into your career. I wanna ask you about what it's like to play in the NFL. I find that very fascinating. And then I also want to get into your foundation and all the good that you do for your community and the community of El Paso, because the foundation operates here. So I'm super excited to get to know all that. But let's real fast, guys, before we start this podcast, there's a tradition. It's called the cracking of the Celebratory beer, and it sounds like this. Shout out to everybody listening. Shout out to Mr. Demps for joining us. So real fast, man. You said you grew up in San Antonio. What do you remember about being young in San Antonio? What was that like?
Oh man, so my mother was 14 when she gave birth to me.
Oh,
so I remember, man, just getting in how we lived, man. I remember just always having cookouts, man, and always being the guy that my uncles would pick. The youngest guy that they would pick up basketball. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like 8, 9 playing with like 17, 18-year-olds. They picked me up first. So I used to dog him out, boy. So just remember being a big, big person, man, around the family. The good Mexican food down there. It's the best Mexican food in Texas. Forgive me, El Paso. You guys will be all right.
Whoa,
it's the best
man. Whoa, that's a strong statement right there. But, I think we'll legislate.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's a huge part of it. What else, man? Just going to school, man, playing ball. Just kind of, maturing as a young man. Spurs life, what I mean, out there. What else is out there, man? Yeah, man, that's it. Really, football. Of course, Texas football for sure. But yeah, man, that's my hometown for sure. That's where I'm from, man.
Nice. And you grew up with siblings? Were you like an only child? What was that situation like?
Yeah, so I was the only child my mother had. She gave birth to me at 14. I was the only child. My dad had some other kids though, and I know a few of them, but I don't really speak to them that much. You know what I'm saying? We know each other, but not really not like that, so. But I grew up only child.
Okay, nice, dude. And what do you were you always like? You talk about playing basketball, so I'm assuming you were always like drawn to like athletics or sports. What was it that like drew you? Was it the competitiveness?
Yeah, bro. I was just, man, I don't know. My mom would say that I came out the womb, just an athlete, bro. I just was, I always wanted to be the best at whatever sport it was, baseball, t-ball, basketball, soccer, whatever it was, man. I was just a good athlete. You know what I mean? I could just play everything. And I always was like one of the best ones when we played. So just you know, just born in me, man, I guess. You know, natural born talent, man. Some of us got, you know, special gifts. I think being an athlete was one of my special gifts.
Lucky damn, dude.
Dude, I was showing Misa right now before we got on the Zoom. We were watching some YouTube highlights of you. Yeah. And there's some impressive stuff that we'll talk about, like when you were in the NFL, but like just your sheer speed, man. Your sheer speed is incredible. And then I would say your instinct, like as a strong safety, knowing where to be, knowing how to read the quarterback, knowing how to track the ball down. You look like a natural out there, man.
Dude, he was running out there like Michael Vick with a ball in the hand like that. Dude, that's skill right there.
Hey, you know how I got my speed?
How?
Running from pit bulls in the dark alleys on my way home. I promise you. I remember so many. Because one of my best friends lived like at the top of the doggone community, whatever. I lived all the way in the back, so every time I went up there, man, to hang out, I had to be home before the streetlights came on for sure. But man, them walks home, boy, I was scared. You know what I'm saying? Good, man. Them pit bulls loose, man. Just trying to survive those nights, man. Coming home in the dark alley, man, smashing, boy. Just amazing. That's how I got that speed, man.
Right. So like I can understand like why you would develop such like an incredible speed when you're fucking running for your life. You know what I mean? You got these pit bulls that are like aggressive and they're chasing you down. Like you're trying to fucking, you know, do everything to get home. So that's what's up. That's a good story.
Dude,
I'm gonna got your speed.
I'm gonna get some pit bulls and try and train my son. Get some speed because my son's he's only 5, but he's pretty slow, man. I think he's pretty slow. He's got to step it up a bit, you know.
So you're gonna unleash pit bulls on your kid.
Yeah,
I think that's illegal, dude. I don't think you can.
Well, I mean, they'll be trained, so.
So when you were coming out of high school, did you have a lot of offers on the table, D1 offers, or what was it about UTEP that kind of stood out to you?
Man, so like it's a good question. So I was at Roosevelt. And man, I had like almost every school coming through, right? Like they all would come through to see me. But they saw the transcripts too, and they were like, "Oh, he won't make it. We can't give him a scholarship. He won't pass the ACT. He won't pass anything to make it to qualify." And so I was thinking about going junior college, right? So any D1, they had to wait on me to see if I passed the SAT, right? If I didn't pass it, they lose a scholarship. You see what I'm saying? So UTEP was the only D1 to be. It was like, man, we'll wait for you to see if you pass it. Like we'll risk losing a scholarship for you, but bro, can you please pass it? You know what I mean? So it was either UTEP or junior college, and so I end up passing it. You know what I mean? So UTEP was, you know, so the rest is history. Yeah, I had everybody, but I didn't have good grades.
Okay, and looking back now, you mentioned you were in school, or you're in school now. Why do you think, like, and I can relate to this too. I've been trying to get my degree for 10 years. I go to UTEP. I'm a student there right now. And I can relate to being in school and not taking it seriously and kind of just like winging it, just not really giving a fuck if you pass or not. Why do you think you had that mentality back then?
I just think it's, man, like, you know, when you don't have like a true father figure or a true male role model in your life, man, you just kind of let the music raise you. So I was just like, you know, I wanted to be a rapper. You know what I mean? I was trying to be just a jock, man. Nobody takes school seriously. I'm trying to get at the girls. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't have any real. My mom didn't play any games, but at some point, as a young man growing up, you got to have your own motivation yourself, no matter how strict mom is on you. You know what I'm saying? So I just did enough to get by. You know what I'm saying? Which was, you know, was enough, but at the same time, it wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it boils down to just having really, really like strong role models in your life.
Yeah, that's true, man. And it's interesting because it's good to know that UTEP was willing to give you a shot, and they were like, regardless if we're going to lose a scholarship offer because you can't pass one of the requirements to come here, we're still willing. We believe in you that much to you know, offer you this scholarship and still put faith in you, and hopefully that, you know, well, obviously it worked out, and so you ended up at UTEP.
How stressful was that week though? You know, coming to that SAT test.
Man, bro, and I don't mean to my own horn, bro. I was so good that like the coach was. There's no way I wasn't going to pass it.
Hey.
Just to say that. Just to say that.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Like, we're passing this motherfucking test regardless.
Yes, sir. Yeah, sign me up, coach. I'm in already.
Yeah.
So had you like heard about UTEP before? Like, what was your knowledge of El Paso?
I didn't know anything about, you know what I'm saying? All I knew was, man, my little headquarters, you know what I'm saying? Walsham, Rigsby, San Antonio, Texas, man. You know what I'm saying? I grew up like that, man. Just, you know, in the hood, man. So, well, I didn't know anything. I'm just playing ball, bro. Just playing ball, going to school. You know what I'm saying? Just a normal knucklehead, man. I just was really, really good, bro. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so I was like, man, dang, school's trying to get me, man. Like, I'm thinking about junior college, you know what I mean? Just to play ball. And that's why I take like recruiting so seriously right now, because the guy who recruited me, he kind of helped me out. Like, he's like, man, you got a chance to be, you know what I'm saying, a Division I athlete, man. Like tap into this, you know what I mean? Don't just like, you know, shrug this off. Like, this means something to you, your family, and all that kind of stuff. So he was the real reason why I really like, you know, pursued it. You know what I'm saying? So I got to give him a big shout out too, man.
Who was it that recruited you?
Named Sammy Garza.
Sammy Garza? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. And what do you remember about when you first got to El Paso? What was that like?
Man, I didn't like it at first, bro. And I was a knucklehead, man. I got to El Paso, man. You know, I'm homesick. You know what I mean? It was just different. It wasn't as fast as El Paso. I mean, as San Antonio. You know, just all I had was football. You know what I mean? So it's kind of what that was when I got up there. Like, it was just, you know, it was kind of boring and slow. You know, it was,
man, story of our life right there, bro.
Yeah, dude. and then especially like, I mean, San Antonio and El Paso, it's not like a huge difference. I mean, there's a lot of similarities.
The culture is somewhat
right.
the same,
The culture, I would say, is probably one of the biggest differences. But I would say like, it's the size of the city, like the way people live, it's still kind of very similar. It's not like moving from like LA or Atlanta, then coming to like El Paso. But what do you remember about like your first years at like your first year or two at UTEP? Like, what made you want to stick around and not go back home?
Well, my mom wouldn't let me come back home. I didn't want to stick around. I tried to quit a few times.
Oh,
that's just immaturity, though. You know what I'm saying? That's really just immaturity. And me being stuck in my own way and not seeing the opportunity I had in front of me. You know what I mean? And just those first few years, man, you just a knucklehead, bro. Like, you just trying to figure it out, man. You on your own for the first time. Man. So I kind of got homesick, man. Kind of didn't like school, you know. Kind of didn't like working hard. You know what I mean? I just wanted to play the game and get interceptions. But turns out, man, it took much more than that to be a student athlete in college, especially Division I. Like Division I, man, they demand a lot out of the student athletes. And at that time, I just wasn't feeling it. So I had a couple run-ins, man. I'm like, man, I'm going home. I'm going home I'm going to go be a rapper. I want to be like Jay-Z. Yeah. So with that said, I redshirted my freshman year. And we at Minor Village, man. I started a record label.
No way.
Wait. Hold on. So wait, for the people who don't know what Minor Village is, that's where the students, the dorms, that's like the dorms of UTEP essentially. So you had that shit bumping, like you had like multiple people rapping with you or what?
Everybody. So all the freshmen that came in, they red shirted. We had a record label called the Red Shirt Records.
The red shirt. I love it.
God, that's funny, bro. Yeah. Who came up with that? You came up with that?
Of it, you know what I'm saying? But we all kind of like made a little clique or whatever. And we would just freestyle in the dorms, you know what I'm saying? Put stuff out. We was on that Texas style rap too, that DSR. I don't know if y'all know them, Dirty South Riders.
Right.
And Platinum Fubu, man, all that kind of stuff, man. So yeah, Paul Wall. You know, we used to try, you know, that Texas style rap, man.
Yeah. So
wait, do you have music out there that people could look up?
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, is there any of this like still living on the internet somewhere on somebody's MySpace page or some shit?
Maybe.
We'll find out, man. We'll get Joe on it.
I would have laughed too, but yeah, man, we was serious about our little record label. We did our thing, man. We had fun. We had fun that year, the red shirt year.
Did you guys put out like a mixtape or some shit, or like a CD or something?
Put out a couple. Like it was different back then though. You know what I mean? It wasn't as easy as it is now. But we did a few things, a few projects. You know what I mean? Probably like one or two. Whole bunch of freestyles though, and nothing crazy.
That's crazy. You guys could relate because Chris used to be a rapper too.
Yeah, I tried to rap too, man. I did my thing locally here for a while, for probably like a year and a half. It was pretty cool, dude. I really love music, but what made you realize like that music was not going to be that thing for you? Because like I had to realize that at some point, and start focusing on other aspects of my life that I wanted to be better at. So when did that kind of click for you, or are you still making music right now?
Man, you know what? It clicked probably like a couple of years ago, because I was still doing music after I retired. Like I focused on music after I retired. Like I had my studio, you know what I'm saying? So like honestly, man, I still got the itch sometimes. Like I think an album is still on my bucket list, honestly.
Damn,
you know what I'm saying? I just like to create. I don't think music is ever gonna leave, but I know where it's at now. Versus it being my life and I'm trying to be future or whatever. It's just therapy. It's like therapy for me now. You know what I'm saying? It's like a way I can just heal and like express myself without trying to, make it popular. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's more for me now than it was for me trying to like be popular and like get, views and likes and stuff like that. Now I just do it to express myself. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, you and Chris should like collaborate sometime.
Dude,
man.
That would be cool, dude. So let me ask you real fast. I just want to get like what would you say like your style of rapping compares to like which artist does it kind of like mimic or kind of are you influenced by?
Oh man, so just I'm like a seasonal guy. Like it changes for me, but just me personal, man. You ever heard a guy named Big Crit?
Yeah, dude. Big Crit's from he's from down south. I know, like he's from Louisiana, right?
Mississippi.
Okay. Yeah. I fuck with Currency, and Big Crit used to do a lot of music together.
Yeah, man, kind of like that, that soulful from the soul kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, it's my therapy. So, and again, like I went through seasons where I was like, just trying to be the punchline guy, and that just wasn't me. You know what I mean? So just finding myself through the music, man, I'm more so just like that therapeutic, soulful, keeping it real, man, how I feel type of vibe.
Oh yeah, dude. So what was like, obviously at UTEP you ended up achieving a lot on the football field. I think you made Conference USA first team all conference 1 year, but what was your most memorable memory of like playing for UTEP here at the Sun Bowl?
Man, it was we were like I think Mike Price had just got in. U of H had came in the Sun Bowl ranked like 20-something, 24, 20, 21 or something like that. We on ESPN, man. We the underdogs, man. They came to the Sun Bowl, man. That thing was rocking. You hear me? And we went to double overtime. You know what I'm saying? And I already had a pick that earlier in like the second quarter or something. But then I ended up getting a pick to win the game. And I ain't never heard a stadium so loud in my life. You know what I'm talking about? And I never forget that night, man. Like it's just that pick was like that was an interception right there, man.
Yeah, we were watching highlights and we noticed that was back then when the whole stadium used to get packed, man. When minor fans were out there.
Yeah, bro. That's the Mike Price era, man. Like Mike Price came in and really, really turned this thing around because he had just got fired from Alabama, so he had a little bread in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? He came in, man, got us all Nike. You know what I'm talking about? Like he turned that thing around, man.
Yeah,
he did for real.
Yeah, and we were, like you said, we were watching. We actually saw that highlight. I believe the score was 44-41. UTEP was up. Houston's driving. They're like in the red zone, and they drop back to pass, and then you fucking pick it off in the end zone, and you run it out to probably like the 20-yard line. You run it out of bounds, and that's a walk-off pick.
He waved the ball at the guys
like,
on the way out, on the way walking out. Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, bro. That's my favorite memory, man, for real.
That's what's up, man. And anybody from the team that you used to play with that you still keep in touch with now? Yeah, man. My old head, man, my OG, the guy who they put me with on my visit, man, Jamal Fenner, which he's a head coach for 4A school in Austin.
We talk, man, almost every other month, I would say. But we talk, man. We're really close. Man, I was just down there like last month, man. So me and John Berg, man, talk. You know, a few of us talk. I keep in touch with a few guys.
We've talked to a couple of athletes from UTEP, the starting quarterback and the backup quarterback, and I wanted to ask with you, do you remember, or is there any crazy stories that happened in the locker room or anything like that?
Man, we had this crazy dude named Ebok. Man, Ebok, like a transformer compared, like he just him, boy, he thought he was going to the NFL, boy. Like he was so big, bro, put together, man. Everybody's scared of him, bro. But he's the most softest, goofiest person in the world, man. So I just remember stories about him, man, just being goofy, man, running around, acting crazy. You know what I mean? Just right off the top. That's what I think about, man. Just
Good times. Good times.
Yeah, man. It was one of those characters in the locker room, man, that kept everybody laughing and kept it fun.
So before we get into you being drafted by the Eagles and, you know, the time you spent in the NFL, you spent about 10 years altogether, I believe. I saw that you were last on the roster in 2018 and you were drafted 2008 by the Eagles in the 4th round. But before we get into that, you said something earlier that really fucking fucked me up, broke my heart, like made me just want to end this shit right now. Like, what do you mean San Antonio has better Mexican food than El Paso, bro? What the hell? What the hell is that?
Okay, I'll say this. I'll say it's better Tex-Mex.
Okay, yes.
Right?
I'll take that. I'll take that.
You know what I mean? Authentic, real, true Mexican food. We have better Tex-Mex. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm a Tex.
That's a nice save. That's a nice save right there.
Yeah, so I think what it is because so you grew up in San Antonio, obviously, so you were introduced to the Tex-Mex like right away, and then you come over here. It's a totally different style of Mexican food. It's similar, but it's a lot more authentic, more different over here. Did you find any good places to eat down here?
Yeah, I go to man. What's that one called, bro? My favorite one out there. I was just there too. Is it Ellen J's maybe? Is that how you
Ellen J's is something fierce, dude. It's fire as hell.
My favorite spot out there, man.
You know, like I really like that place. It's just the weird part is it's right next to a big ass cemetery. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, it is for real.
They call it soul food.
So get the fuck out of this guy. So okay, let's talk about getting into the NFL. How was that whole experience getting drafted, playing with the Eagles, all that stuff? Like how surreal was that for you?
That's the thing, man. Like, just growing up, man, you tell your uncles and you tell your family members, like, man, hey, Q, where you want to be when you grow up? You know, everybody says, I say, I want to be a pro athlete, man. I want to be, in the NFL or NBA one day. And like, oh, nephew, everybody, me too. I want to be there too, man. So it's in the back of my head that I can't make it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to college, man, just play ball. I wouldn't even think about NFL. You know what I'm saying? And but however, man, I started to, really have some success, man. Freshman player of the year. Starting as a freshman. And so, man, I met this guy, man, rest his soul, named LaPoy Smith, man. He came into my life like my sophomore year. And man, he's like, Q, you can make it, bro. Like you can get rid of this thug look, bro, cut your hair, stop wearing these flip-flops around, stop smoking this weed, man, and get focused. And you can make it, bro. And so my senior year, man, I tapped in. I went to something different. Like I tell my guys, like the guys I coach, like, bro, it's a different level of sacrifice. Like, you got to be on some. And I was on that. You know what I'm saying? I got on that for 2 years, man. And so, you see the results my junior year. I'm like, oh man. So senior year, I came back, man, tapped in, bro. Agents started calling me. So just being drafted, man, was like, it was a dream come true, but it also was something that I, prepared for, man. Like I wanted it. And so I went and got that. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't something that, I didn't work for. You know what I'm saying? Like it just accidentally happened. Like I put the work in. Like it ain't just come to me. Like I put the work in. Times 10. Like I put the work in. You know what I mean? So
right. And so you always see these videos of like the people that, they go high in the draft, like the first rounders. They're invited to the draft, and you see them getting selected and celebrating with their family. What was the situation with you? Where were you when you got the call that you were being selected?
Yeah. So man, I was back home in San Antonio. I had just left the combine, man. I ran a 4.3 at the combine, bro. Like a safety running 4.3 at the combine, man. I'm like, and back then the draft was like just 2 days. First and second round was the first day.
4.3. 4.3.
Yeah, and the rest was the second day. So I ran a 4.3, man. I'm thinking I'm going second round. I'm like, man, I'm the only guy running a 4.3 as a safety. I'm finna go second round. So I'm in San Antonio, man, getting ready. Hoping to get a phone call the first day. First round go by, nothing. I'm like, all right, cool. Nobody. All right, first round would have been a reach. Second round go by, nothing. I went into a tank. I'm like, man, whatever. So I went out that night and got towed down. You hear me? And so the next day, man, I'm hungover. I'm asleep, bro. I'm knocked out. You know what I'm talking about? Like, and the Eagles blow my phone up. They blow my phone up, but I'm hungover. I ain't even worried about the phone, right? So they blow my phone. I'm asleep, man. Then all of a sudden they call my mother, and she busts in the room like, "Boy, Andy Reid on the phone. Wake up, wake up, wake up." And so I get up like, "Hello." Like, man, congratulations, man. We gonna draft you, whatever. And I run to the TV, man, see my name go across the ticker, man.
No, damn, bro. You were so close.
Yeah, so, well, yeah, that's what happened that night, man. That's what happened. That's how it happened. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And then it's crazy because, like, I forgot Andy Reid was fucking coaching the Eagles at this time.
He said Andy Reid, and it just took me back.
Fucking Andy Reid won the Super Bowl like last year, dude. Yeah. Like, it's fucking crazy. And he's coaching Mahomes now, and like he's made the Chiefs a very successful, consistent team. So what was it like getting to talk to him and like getting to meet with him the first time?
I mean, it was a dream come true, bro. Like, it's like you shell shocked, man. Like, they flew me out the next day.
Bro, Demps was hung over when he fucking heard his name come out on the draft. That's fucking crazy, dude. Wow. That's wild.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. So they flew me out next day. Get in the locker room, man. I see Brian Dawkins, Donovan McNabb, man, Brian Westbrook. I'm just like a little kid in the candy store. I'm just shell shocked. You know what I mean? Like, man, these are my idols, man. These are guys I played with Madden with. You know what I mean? So it was just, man, I was just, you know what I mean, a young boy in Wonderland, man, for real.
How long did it take you to really get acclimated to the game speed of the NFL compared to college? And not only like, and the reason I'm asking this is because you were playing Conference USA football. It wasn't like you were transitioning from the SEC or like the Big 12 into the NFL. How big of a jump was it, and how much did you struggle with the change of pace? It wasn't about the speed to me. Like, I think I fit right in with that. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm from Texas, bro. With football, with us, we're different.
What's life?
I don't care if SEC, whatever. I don't care if SEC, whatever. Like, I'm from Texas. You know what I mean? So, but for me, the thing that took a while was just the mental side of the game. Learning the playbook, bro. Learning how to be a professional. You know what I'm saying? Learning how like to not let the politics of the game get you down. You know what I mean? Like, the game was never the issue. I could run with the most of them. Tackle, you know what I mean? Tackle, run, catch. It was more so that becoming a man, bro, becoming a professional and learning about the playbook, man, learning how to carry yourself. That really took a while for me to adapt to.
It's the mental thing that really took a while.
Yeah.
Well, I think also, like you said, kind of like maturing, right? Like, after a while at UTEP, you matured to another level. So now that you're in the NFL, you still have to push yourself even more, because now you're playing with professionals, bro. Everybody here is getting a check to be here, and the standard that they set at that point is a lot higher than it is in college or any other level of football.
Yeah, bro. Like, you playing with grown men. You playing with future Hall of Famers. Like, this is what they do. This is how they, you mean? Like, and so you come in with that 24-year-old, 25-year-old attitude. Like, you gotta adjust, man. You gotta grow up fast. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was able to last 10 years. That, you know what I mean? I hit that spot where I like, man, you know what? It's more about the mental. Like, let me tap into this. That's what guys miss it at. That's what guys who got like the first round talent, they make 3 years because they don't ever get this part of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was able to last 10 years.
Was there a lot of drama between players during practice or anything like that?
Drama? Nah, it wasn't no smoke. It wasn't. I mean, you had a few teams here and there, like sometimes there's some fugaziness. You know what I mean? Like, guys fighting for spots, man. I get more money than you, type of thing. Or I was with that girl last night, and she like, that's just normal. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, man, it wasn't no smoke, man. Like we grown men trying to make this money, man, and win ball games. You know what I'm saying?
What was obviously I saw that you had a few touchdowns. You had 3 career touchdowns as a defensive player. That's pretty good. I think you have it over 300 tackles as well. So what, I know you specialize. I don't know if it's specialized, but you had the ability to return kicks really well. How was that? Like was that something that when you got to the NFL, they were like, hey, like we recognize that you're good at this, and let's try to utilize this.
Yeah. So when you get in, man, like most people don't realize that like special teams is how you make your money. It's how you stay around. You know what I mean? So it was more so like I found my niche with that. You know what I mean? Because when I first got in, man, Brian Dawkins was starting safety, so I ain't playing no safety. I better run down on kickoff. You know, I'm just gonna make this team.
I bet if I'm gonna stick around, I better do something else.
Yeah, you gotta do special teams, bro. So most guys don't realize that, when you come in, man, you gotta earn your keep on special teams. You know what I'm saying? Like like that's how you gotta make your money. You gotta make the team, you gotta make the 53-man roster, man, by having something to do on special teams. You're not just gonna come in and be a number 1 receiver unless you win first round.
Yeah.
So I went 4th round, man. So my only way on the team was special teams. You know what I'm saying? So that's what kept me around 10 years too, until I finally learned like at the mental side of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, learning the playbook, learning how to overcome adversity and stuff like that. So that's why I said like running, bro, that was never the issue. It was always the mental part of it. And thank God for special teams. You know what I'm saying?
And for the special teams, did you yourself choose to do the punt return, or were you just assigned?
Yeah, man. No, I was fast, bro. So like it was like, everybody try out. If you fast, the more you can do. So it was just like, I went back there. I did it in college too. I took a couple back at UTEP. Yep. You know what I mean? So, but like you said, man, it became my niche though. It became what I was known for in the league a little bit. I had an all-pro year at Kansas City one year, and so yeah, man, that was my niche for a while until I started at safety.
So what from all the franchises you played with Philly, you played with the Texans, you played with the Chiefs,
the Bears.
I think you even played with the Giants. Which team or which franchise did you really most like playing for?
Mm-hmm. From Texas, man.
Hey, the Texans.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that makes sense. Like Texas, like Texas boy playing in Texas. You know what I mean? It's like the closest you can get to like playing in your home state.
Yeah, but you think about, just like to really think about the question. Like, I mean, I answer that. I say Texas because Texas, but also that was the best like team I was on too. Like as far as locker room, like that. I mean, my rookie year was pretty cool too with the old heads. The Donovan McNabb and stuff like that, but. As far as like team, man, and just really becoming like cool, having a really good group, man, that was the best time of my career, man, that locker room in Houston. You know what I'm saying? Like that DB room in Houston, man. It was like no egos, no divas, nobody hating on nobody, man. Like we were tight. We were brothers, man. So those are the years you remember the most. And that's what you miss the most too when you lead a game. You know what I'm saying? When you have a tight locker room.
So being on so many teams, what's that conversation like when they have to like ultimately release you, whether it's for financial reasons or whether it's because they have to fill another roster spot? What are those conversations usually like?
It really don't matter what they say. Once you get that phone call, it's like an unwritten rule. Like you already know, because a lot of times, like you don't, they tell you anything, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's more about just that phone call. You know what I mean? Like, I've been cut twice too. So that phone call is something serious, man.
Right.
Turn your plate.
Oh, man, dude, I bet.
The most dreaded phone call fucking ever, dude. Yeah, for sure.
Christ.
All right, man. So we're at 35 minutes here. Let's use these last 10 minutes to kind of talk about what you're doing now and a little bit about your foundation. Obviously, you're joining us from Chicago. and you're actually doing some coaching out there. So talk to us a little bit about that, how you got into coaching. What were the motivating factors behind that?
Yeah, man. So after I retired, man, I just be super honest, super transparent. After I retired, man, I kind of hit, the bottom, under rock bottom. You know what I'm saying? Just dealing with like leaving the fantasy world, man, coming to the real world. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, man, I began to like, try to find my purpose. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, what am I created for, man? So I began to seek God, right? And I found God, man. I told God to show me my purpose, man, and he did that. And I began to just trust in God, put my faith in God, and walk this path, man, walk this life with trying to live for God, man. And sure enough, bro, I enrolled in the school, man, to go to seminary, right? And I didn't want to coach football. I told God I didn't want to coach football, but I enrolled to go to at Trinity International University to go to seminary to study theology and mental health counseling. However, while I'm in school, man, turns out they needed a football coach. So they interviewed me for the head coaching job. I didn't get it because I didn't have any experience in college. And so they ended up hiring somebody else, and then he ended up hiring me. And so that's kind of been where I'm at now, man. Like, I'm in seminary, but I'm also full-time coaching. And this past year been my first year coaching, bro. And I fell in love with it. I fell in love with being a voice for the kids, man, like mentoring them, helping them out, bro, having my own DB room, showing them how to play football better than I ever did. You know what I mean? So that's my life, my mission in life, man. My purpose in life, man, is to coach young men, build young men to be solid athletes, man, solid men of God, and solid football players. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, bro.
Love it, man.
Yeah.
Love it. That's very inspirational, to be honest, bro.
Yeah.
So going back, and there's something interesting you said, transitioning to real life outside of the NFL.
Yeah.
What were those dark moments like? Was it a lot of like drug abuse, a lot of alcohol use, or was it just like a lot of negative thoughts mentally that you were going through?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. I love being transparent, man. I just keep it real with you. It was everything, bro. It was me trying to find myself. It was me just feeling lost, feeling alone, and me just having apathy, bro. So I'm drinking, you know what I mean, every day, taking pills, man. Just that rock star lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? That was so unhealthy for me at the time. You know what I mean? But just living that rock star lifestyle, bro. You know, trying to be like Future and Travis Scott now, bro.
Right. Try to live the future life and shit.
Yeah. So just that lifestyle, bro, was what I fell into, man.
So obviously you were able to transition out of that, and you were able to, find more of a purpose, seeking religion, falling into that. How did the Quintin Demps Foundation happen? How did that start? Where did you get the motivation to do that?
Yeah, well, I've always been huge on giving back. That's just something that's just in me, bro. Like, because I come from nothing. So, I just met with a couple guys, man, and just, that was my vision, man, just to give back. But it's like, cute, man, you gotta do it, in an organized way versus me just giving stuff out on my own, or, doing something, giving money away or something like that. So it's more so about just, man, putting something together, man, with, having it organized. You know what I'm saying? A way to give and make a difference in with organization. What's what it really about, man. So and just being able to help out, man, guys like myself, how I grew up, man, and I don't have any money, no father figure around and stuff like that, man. So just trying to make a difference, bro. And we just started, man. So we still kind of like, on the ground, man, ironing everything out. You know what I mean? So we're gonna do some big things though.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I commend you for that. I mean, I commend anybody for giving back to the community, helping the unprivileged, or like the people that need the most help, giving back to them. And you know what? I mean, it shows a lot of your character to do that. So really fast, for the people that want to find out more information about your foundation, where can they see that? Where can they follow you on social media?
Yeah, so the foundation, man, is the Quintin Demps Foundation.com. thequintindempsfoundation.com. And you can find me on Twitter at QDemps. And I'm also on Instagram at quintindemps. I got these babies over here, man. I got a lot of kids, man.
Yeah. I saw him walk in, dude. So we'll let you go here. I just got.
You cool.
I got
man, Quintin.demps on IG and at QDemps on Twitter.
Okay, so I got one final question for you before we let you go, and thanks again for sliding through. Who you got in the Super Bowl?
I'm a defensive guy, man, so I got it. Well, dang, the Bengals play defense too, but I'm pulling for the Rams, man, with Sue and Jalen Ramsey. I want to see Beckham. I want to see Beckham too, so get some redemption. So I'm pulling for the Rams, bro.
Hell yeah, bro.
Hey,
I'm going for Joe Shiesty. You know what I mean? Like,
hey,
he's a bad guy.
I'm not betting though.
No, tell you that much.
Hell yeah, man.
Joe Shiesty, though.
Hell yeah, Mr. Quintin. So real fast, man. I know. Thank you for your time. I know you got a lot of things going on. So do you got any final thoughts for the podcast today?
Nah, man, it's good stuff, bro. Man, let's do it again one time. You know what I mean? I appreciate it, bro. For real.
Yeah,
Thank
dude.
you guys.
Yeah, dude. I appreciate you
Appreciate
answering me when I slid in your DM. So I really do appreciate that. So we'll be in touch, man. Maybe we can do another long format interview in the future. Misa, you got any final words for Mr.
man?
Demps
I just want to say I love what you're doing, man. The work, your story. I love the fact that you're very transparent. It's very hard for people to be very honest about what they've done. But I love what you're doing, man. Good luck in everything that you do. Hopefully we could do this again in person. Good luck, man, and you stay fresh, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Y'all too, man. Holla at me, bro. Appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. We'll be in touch, guys. Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast, episode 112. We will be taking a quick break, and we will be right back. Mr. Demps, salute. Stay safe out there in Chicago. Stay warm, and we'll talk to you later, man. Have a good day.
All right, bet.
Peace.
Try to replace me, but bitch, I'm one of a kind. You know I be racing up on the highway 95. Look, I don't give a fuck why these niggas hating on me. Oh, wait, because I got your bitch tripping on me. She said my love promethazine got her leaning on me. Spanish mommy with that accent, bet she call me Poppy. Okay, yeah, she be hitting my phone like when she...
All right, guys, we are back from break. Episode 112 of the podcast. We had a very special guest for the first half. Mr. Quintin Demps joined us all the way from the Windy City of Chicago. And it was cool. I really liked chopping it up with them. Misa, what'd you think about that?
Dude, it's awesome, dude. First NFL player that we get to ask and talk with.
Dude, and it was a vibe too. I thought like he's had a good
cool
time.
Guy. He's a pretty cool guy.
He was a fucking cool guy. Lena was here the whole time. Guys, say what's up to Lena, by the way. Give her a fucking round of applause, Misa. Lena's back. She's back and better than ever, right, babe?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you got to say. Yeah, I mean, you got to give us more than that.
Come on, Lena.
Hi, hello.
Okay, so what did you think about the interview? You were here the whole time. You were off mic, but you were just, observing. What did you think about talking to Mr. Demps?
He's definitely inspirational, and I think when you talk to people like that, that kind of just reminds you of goodness in the world. Like, it's definitely a moment.
Right. And I thought it was impressive, like how open he was about some of the things that he went through, his childhood, and then
he was very honest, and that's one thing that I think can resonate with a lot of people is if you're honest and you're 100 and you give it, the true way, you can't not respect that,
Right.
I mean, dude, he pretty much put it like pretty clear how it is exciting to be an NFL player. But at the same time, like how hard it is, how it's a job.
Yeah.
And then not just that, but like life after the NFL, which people don't ever think. Like they think like, well, this guy's retired, he's a millionaire. It's just...
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure people think I think it's very temporary. And at the long run, like if you want to make it a career and you want to be, there's so much more to it than the physical aspect. I mean, not only do you put your body through hell, but like you're going to put your mind through hell.
Yeah, and honestly, like this guy lasted 10 years in the NFL. Like
that's a long
I think the
time.
average career is like 2 to 3 years, dude. This guy 10 years in the NFL. We didn't
That's a decade.
We didn't even ask him about like how many injuries he's had because he's had a bunch of injuries, and which is ultimately part of one of the reasons I'm sure he retired. But it was kind of crazy when I asked him that question about like when he would transition right out of the NFL,
that call,
right, like into the real life, and he was like. Kind of like when I asked him,
bottom.
Yeah, like he kind of hit rock bottom, and I asked him like, you were doing a lot of drugs, you were drinking, and he was like, yeah, dude, I was popping pills, like living like Future and Travis Scott, bro.
You know, and I think that's really important to be transparent as possible, because it's very easy to get lost in glam and show and all that. But at the end of the day, like, there's a lot that goes behind the scenes. And when it comes to the physical part, I think a lot of people forget, like, you put your body through hell every day. They're practicing every day. They're having to make sure they're on A1. Like, you're going to put your body through hell. So what's going to help you with the pain?
Yeah, but not just
what's going to help you? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
How are you going to cope with it?
Yeah.
There you go.
And not just that, but like how he said, like, trying to figure out what he's good at, what he could do,
what you can do now.
Yeah, because if you
about
think
the
about
special
it,
teams, yeah.
No, well, I mean, like after
I still feel like I'm on Zoom right now. I'm like waiting for you to like finish all your thoughts. Fucking Zoom, bro. Anyways,
but I mean, like no, like after the NFL, it's
courtesy.
like all of these players in the NFL, they've started that career since they were little kids. You know, so there's nothing but football. They go to college and stuff, and then they go and then they make it
Texas football.
Yeah, and then not just that, and then he's ending, you know, and he's still young. What is he gonna do with his life now? You know, like that's what made me think too. Like, dude, that's crazy. Like him having to find out, like, okay, what am I good at? What can I do now?
well, and I wish we had more time to talk to him, dude, because I have so much more shit I wanted to ask him. But one of the things I would have asked him is like, how do you fucking even begin to like start this new life? You know what I mean? Like all you've known is football from the very beginning of your normal life. Like what is that process like, trying to figure out what else can I do? What else am I good at? Like, what am I going to do for a living now?
Yeah.
You know
and you know what's crazy is like, you know, he didn't want to coach football. He tried to stay away from football. Like
then it pulled him back in.
It's just pulled him back in, you know, which is good because that's what, you know, he's been doing his whole life.
Yeah, dude. It was crazy, man. And I kind of like really like, I think about too, what about all those players that like have a similar story to his, but then they don't like make it to the other side. Like they end up either dead or they end up fucking committing some sort of crime or they get caught up in some bad shit.
Or they commit suicide.
Because of all the fucking bad things that can happen to you during football, physically and mentally. Like there's a lot of stories like that we don't know about.
And I think he really did, like Misa said, talk about the transparency and was honest about that, like transition of like, well, what do you do after? Like he had a good career, right? 10 years. He did solid. He came out and he did well for himself. He was established and he had his shit, you know, taken care of. But at the end of the day, like, it's like Chris said, what the fuck are you going to do next?
Not just that, but he couldn't even get the job as a head coach to start with because he didn't have any experience in college.
It's just like that, feeling, you know? Like it just kind of humbles you and reminds you like, yeah, he's done really well for himself, but he too, you know, gets setbacks. He too has, you know, replanning in his routes and has to take a different turn. Like, but that's what life's about. And that's the most important thing, is like being 100% true to yourself. And I think that's something that he really, really hit home for us.
Bro, there's like 80% of these players turns out like this.
Well, I mean, yeah,
I don't know. We would have
because
to,
I mean, we're only seeing like the top like 10%. You know, the superstars in the NFL. That's all you hear about in the news and shit like that. You know.
Yeah, you don't know like the rest of the roster, like all like the fucking backup linemen, all the backup receivers, all the backup players. But I mean, like essentially, that kind of was almost his role for part of his time in the NFL until he really like got established. And even a good player like him still played for 5-6 different fucking teams, dude. And like
he was cut twice.
He said he was cut twice, so like he knows what it's like to be just let go, just thrown into the street like that.
Projection's hard and setbacks are hard. Like I don't care what anybody says. Anytime you want something or you wish or you hope for something and it doesn't come true, to be let down like that, like you still have to get up and keep going, because at the end of the day, like that was meant to happen. And that's something that a lot of people, myself included, like we all have a hard time like accepting, because it's like that shit suck. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of like, okay, it's kind of like the experience that he went through like on draft day. you know, first one went by, second round, and then he gets fucked up.
You blew it off, dude.
He blew it off.
Good.
He's just thinking like, you know, fuck it, you know. He's probably thinking like, you know, what the fuck am I gonna do now?
Right.
Like, I don't want to think about it. Like, I'm done.
Yeah,
you know?
he
And I'm
probably
gonna have
wanted to check out.
Yeah, you know, and he's fucking there, and
then Andy Reid is calling your
they
fucking
call his mom Andy
Andy
Reid.
Reid, bro.
Dude, I could just imagine like him like
Oh my
hungover,
God.
like just imagine you're in bed, bro, and you're like half asleep hungover, and your mom tells you, "Hey, Andy Reid is on the
Reid
phone.
is calling.
Get your
Yeah.
ass up!" Like,
I would be
so
like,
crazy.
Mom, I don't want to play Madden right now. I'm good. I'm
And
asleep.
then she's like, no,
dreaming.
get up.
Yeah, and then it's crazy because like Andy Reid is like that's a big fucking
yeah,
deal.
dude.
That's like he's
Yeah.
gonna be in the NFL Hall of Fame eventually. Like he's a big deal. He coaches Pat Mahomes right now. Like you know what I mean? And this guy's blowing you up. He's blowing you up,
Mahomes.
trying to tell you like, yo, bro, get your ass to Philly. Like we're fucking drafting.
Yeah,
you.
like,
You know what
and
I mean?
that's I think that's something that's really important is, you know, a lot of people go through the fact where they have broken homes, and a lot of people go through struggles of not having role models. And that's a really, really big problem for a lot of people. And I think it's really important when you're going through any sort of career that has fame attached to it. I think it's really important to stay grounded, or that's just my opinion, you know, but I think it's really great that that's something that he
Sorry.
I think it's just great that that's something that he prides himself on now, like giving back to the community in a way of being there for it, being there for them, showing the kids like, hey, you know, like there's a lot of bullshit in this world. You got to learn to drown out that noise, and this is how.
Yeah. No, it was great. It was a great interview. I'm super glad he came on, and it was crazy the way that
we'll
like,
have him here in person for sure.
Yeah, dude. No, for sure. Like, if he's an EP, like, he'll be down because, like, you saw the text he sent me after. Like, we had a fucking mix up with the scheduling of times, but like, we made it work. And like, you know, he's busy, so we didn't have a full podcast with him. But he sent us some texts afterwards, just saying, like, bro, that was dope. Like, I fuck with you. Like the
Dude,
vibe.
I love
You know
hearing
what I
our
mean?
guests like telling us they had a good
Yeah,
time.
dude.
or,
Like,
you know,
fuck.
it's
I didn't
good.
expect him to send us that text, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't. And it was cool. And
Hey,
so,
I want to give a shout out to UTEP for like giving them that chance, bro.
Yeah, dude. Fucking
Yeah,
UTEP, bro.
Wow, like that's good.
If there,
Mike Price, bro.
I
Mike
fucking
Price.
love you. Yeah.
Mike Price was
Someone
on
said
back
tell
in the
it.
day.
UTEP. I love UTEP.
YouTube.
Like legit. Like I was thinking about this recently. Like as I was walking my happy ass to K Flauta. There's a K Flauta. K Flauta shout out right there by UTEP. Hit
Hey,
him up.
sponsor us.
Yeah, straight up sponsor us, please. If I could have it every day, I would, huh, babe?
K Flauta's
Yeah.
fire.
Anyway, I just really love the campus. Like I think it's, from what I've heard, is it's evolved a lot over the years. And you can definitely see that, not just in the landscape of everything, because it's a beautiful campus, but that bitch is carved out of a fucking mountain. So you're constantly like walking uphill, walking upstairs. Like it's a fucking truck. Like,
Yeah,
you know
UTEP's
what I
real,
mean?
dude.
Yeah, but it's so beautiful because like in certain parts, like you just get certain glances of the city, and it's right in the downtown area. Like it's so beautiful. Like I love being on campus.
Y'all should move in.
Y'all should move on campus then.
I'm down.
Okay, so yeah, we just wanted to recap what we fucking what we just did with Mr. Demps.
Hey. Okay,
Shout out to
okay.
you, Mr. Demps, again. For
Big shout out to you, bro. Hey, but
coming
okay,
on.
real quick, sorry, but can we talk about our fucking snow day today?
Well, okay, yeah. Let's talk
Wow.
about our fucking
Holy
snow day.
shit,
And you know
bro.
what's funny, dude, is like they canceled my fucking work today. Like they told us all, don't come. Like y'all gonna get paid.
Not at my job.
Just stay home.
Not at Summer Park
And
Mall.
then my theme was like, I told Lena last night, like after like 75 beers, I told her, watch tomorrow. Like it's gonna be like sunny by like noon, like whatever.
Yeah.
And then, dude, I woke up at noon because I had 75 beers, and fucking, it was sunny. There was no snow around. I didn't know it was cold anymore. Like I slept with the fucking fat on. Like it was crazy, dude.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah,
You know what? Like, my job didn't close. You know,
right. A lot of places didn't. I mean, some like the schools did. UTEP did.
I have to be at school. At school, I have to be at work at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm the first one there at the job before even security or anything. And I was just thinking, bro, like, okay, it could either be like actually pretty bad, like a good amount of snow and all the streets closed, or it's not gonna be like barely anything.
Right.
And sure enough, dude, I woke up, I went outside, and it's like there's snow, bro. Dude, I went up to my fucking car. It was 5:30 o'clock in the morning. I go to my car and trying to like wipe this fucking snow off my window. Dude, but it's that type of snow that it was just frozen.
Just ice.
Just
ice,
like
fucking ice.
It looked all nice and fluffy and soft and shit,
hell
dude.
no.
And I went like that, dude, and my fingers came out like if I was throwing gang signs and shit. I was like,
dude.
what the fuck?
You need like a fucking the little shoveler thing, the little ice pick or whatever.
Well, nah, dude. Well, I turned on my car for a little while and turned on the heater and
just let it melt away. Yeah, dude, it was crazy. Like obviously, like anytime we get this type of weather in El Paso, like the city kind of
shut down the school. The school
right out of caution, which is which I understand because like, dude, you see how shitty people drive naturally,
dude, low key.
Normally, like if you put all these people out on a morning like this today, bro, it would have been fucking
mad
terrible.
mad accidents. Right. Not only that, but on campus. Real talk, it gets cold as fuck. Like it gets windy down there. Yeah, like it fucking like people will be like, oh, like you need that many jackets, and I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, because at any point it's gonna get cold.
This wind starts blowing,
and that's exactly what happened yesterday when Chris picked me up from school after work. Fucking chilling there, and I smoke my cigarette, and I feel water, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna rain. But no, it's cool because I got my windbreaker jacket.
Damn, she's got layers on.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, layers on layers. I don't play
for any type of weather.
She's a straight savage, bro, when it comes to weather. But another thing we wanted to talk to Lena about, and this was something that
oh my god,
it was kind of concerning because like we haven't had Lena on in a while. I mean, she was on for the hot chip challenge. She came on and got mad at me for putting a girl on my shoulders on an episode with Iggy.
Yeah, which by the way,
which
many people
that was pretty funny.
Rightfully said so to be upset.
I think a lot of people came to my defense and said like, "Yo, just chill." Like,
I don't know anybody that came to your defense.
No, nobody came to my defense except for me.
Come on, bro. Like,
so one of the things that me and Lena have been, or I've noticed with Lena is that
oh my god,
now and just like a lot of other people, she's a big TikToker.
He's so full of shit. Other people like who?
Well, no, I mean like I know a lot of people
I'm
that
a fucking
are constantly on TikTok. You know what I mean? And you're one of them.
Boss,
now. You see his boss always on TikTok.
Dude, my boss got into TikTok like maybe like a month before I started working there. I've been there for like a year now. And dude, this guy is just always on the shit. Like, crazy.
See, Chris is being a total drama queen right now, low key. Because I went to my screen time. Do you know how much time I spend a day? Max 2 hours
on TikTok.
That's it.
2 hours.
People spend hours and hours and hours. Yeah, I know. But if you think about it, like no. I
don't even think Joe uses TikTok and he still uses that much time.
Honestly, yeah. But it's very easy to get lost.
You have an Instagram. Okay, you have an Instagram, you have a Twitter, you have a Facebook.
I have all of them.
What is it about TikTok? Because it's just recently
videos.
It's
because they're videos.
Yeah, like recently she didn't have TikTok.
No, I was a very big advocate, but then I sold out to
No. A very advocate would mean that you.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Critic.
I was a big critic.
Right. Can't have you talking reckless on here.
Sorry, you're right.
We'll edit that out.
But then I was like, I got it one day because people would send me mad videos, and then I'd be like, well, I want to see like more like this videos. And then finally I talked, basically, you know who it was? Caitlin was the one who got me on it.
Caitlin's my cousin. Okay, so
yeah, no, you know what?
Yeah,
it was like that. It was like that.
You know who made a TikTok that I got to show you?
Who?
Oh my god.
Our nephew, Liam. Oh my god, he did amazing. He did like this, like I don't know what they're called, okay? But you do a video where it's like 1 second he's one way and the next second he's another way. So then he transitions and he's in his fucking Miles Spider-Man. Oh my god, it's amazing.
She sounds like my mom when
right.
She's like, did you see your little
yeah, dude. She got way too excited for that.
You're a fucking asshole.
So hold on. Misa was gonna ask you a question about TikTok.
Oh yeah.
What was the question?
No, I was gonna ask you. Okay, like what's the difference? Why is it that like
it's because it's videos. Think about it. Okay, I challenge you to go on your Instagram and do your reels. you're going to see videos, right? Mad videos about all kinds of random shit that you like. So building shit, you'll have stuff about building shit. Posters, you'll have thing about people making posters. Fucking podcasts.
Have you been on my account or what?
No, I'm just thinking of things that you would like, you know? But
Okay, but what's the difference between IG Reels and then TikTok?
Yeah.
Why can't you just stick to IG Reels?
okay, because TikTok is like a whole other level of like algorithm. That's really what it is. They get
You'll
you
get famous?
addicted. No.
No, I think what she means is like they really steal all your fucking info and really know who you are. And so they really fucking are.
That's
good
why
at
I'm saying I
suggested
sold my
videos.
soul. Like now,
Like for me, if I
take
had
a shit and it
It's
tells
'cause
me,
look,
hey, you need more
look.
fiber. Like
I've always like just had.
Did you just hear that?
You sold yourself for what?
She said
fiber.
Now when I take a shit and I'm on TikTok, it suggests fiber to me.
It knows when you're taking a
It
shit.
knows, yeah.
Damn.
It knows based on your location in your house. It's like,
'cause-
oh, he's in that room again.
Dude, like I've always had obviously I started with MySpace and then I moved into
Yeah.
Facebook. And then that's all I had. And then my brother, when I moved to San Antonio, he kept insisting like, bro, get on Snapchat. And then I got on Snapchat and I like Snapchat and I used to use it quite often. And then IG.
I fuck with Snapchat. I Snapchat my best friend all the time.
Yeah.
Like I have like a group of us. I have like groups of us and then like separate groups and then I have individuals.
That's what I like about Snapchat. Snapchat, like you could like it was really cool when you're communicating with somebody.
Yeah, because you can
Yes.
communicate with pictures, which is so much better than text.
Okay, so like, you guys remember Vine?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Vine.
I never
the
did Vine.
original.
Vine was like, Vine
The
was pretty
OG.
cool. But like, I think the problem with Vine is it was like you were just so limited with the time constraints. Like, there's only so much you could do with what was it, like 10 seconds?
Yep.
I don't know.
It was
I'm
6
getting it wrong.
seconds.
It
And
was-
actually, like now thinking about it, like I feel for
Less
me,
than 10.
like it'd be easier to make like really good content with those 6 seconds than like
well,
a
it's
30
hard. It's
second.
limited though.
No, yeah, but it's even harder to do something for 30 seconds long that's gonna actually go viral.
Right. Yeah, dude. Vine was crazy, dude. Honestly. And
I miss MySpace though, bro. You know what I miss is like if I want to go visit a page and then the music starts
yeah, dude. Customized fucking music on
and you
your
have your like your
homepage.
top 20 friends or
Yeah,
top
dude.
5
We've
friends.
talked about this plenty of times. And like I think MySpace was good because it really like it was user friendly, I would say for sure. Especially back then, like we weren't using MySpace on our phone.
What
You know what I
happened?
mean?
What happened to Tom?
Well, Tom fucking married some bad bitch and lives in fucking Beverly Hills and has that huge house. That's what happened to Tom.
Living the life.
Yeah, living the life. He never works a day in his life. That's Tom's life.
Oh,
You know
I
what
wonder
mean?
what. Well, I'm sure he does something now.
Well, I'm sure you can Google what happened to Tom from MySpace, and it's gonna be something similar to that, like
Let's do it.
millionaire, billionaire.
Lena,
probably.
can you search it up for us?
And
I'm
then-
already on it.
And then fucking wherever he lives, somewhere in California, some nice crib. But I don't know, dude. That shit's wild. I think Lena's in bed with the Chinese government, and
I
that
am.
is why she's on TikTok all the time.
Dude, I
am.
ended up look, dude, I got
I'm a
into
spy.
Instagram, and then I thought like, okay, and then I love like the reels and all that. You know, it kept me addicted.
That's why.
Like even like YouTube has it now and shit.
Yeah,
you know?
YouTube has the same. Well,
Yeah,
Yeah, YouTube's been on it.
So YouTube is like TikTok to like expanded because YouTube will suggest videos for you, but they're longer in length most of the time. They're
All
like
right.
full production videos. What do you
No,
have?
but
for
they
us?
have reels though. Too.
No, yeah, they have reels too. YouTube has like a reel section, but I'm saying like your YouTube feed is one big reel essentially.
Dude,
But
I ended
you
up
have to manually.
I
go
ended up
into
getting
it.
to TikTok, and then I just didn't like the layout, like the format of it, like to work it. And I don't know. It's just because I was
Yeah,
just
I don't know
getting
how
it
to
started.
fucking work it.
It's just because it's just to get started.
That's
and
why
shit,
I
and
don't
was
make a
like, you know
TikTok
what,
because I don't know how to
fuck
fucking work
this.
it apart from scrolling and
Yeah.
searching.
So you're just a viewer then.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not an official TikToker.
No, I told you that.
Okay, but you
Not even for the
TikTok.
views,
Dude,
like,
so
it's
what it is she TikToks, but she's not a TikToker.
Amen.
There you go.
Oh,
Okay,
Boom.
we ready?
she TikToks, but
You
she
ready?
doesn't
Okay,
talk.
what do you have for us?
Tom Anderson, who was known as Tom for MySpace Tom, or My Friend Tom, retired at 40 and is now a travel photographer. The photographer 50 who now lives in Hawaii
There you go.
obviously travels extensively as he posts numerous pictures on his Twitter and Instagram profiles. We
on
need to
Instagram?
find him.
He's living way better than we are.
Tom Anderson.
You know what I mean?
Tom
So,
Anderson.
But yeah,
Tom
shout out our boy
Anderson.
Tom, my first friend ever on the internet. Shout out to you, Tom. All right, so let's
Shout
talk.
out to you, Tom.
So this snow day that we had today, this pathetic snow day. Do me a favor, Misa. Go on Johnny Cage's Facebook. Shout out to our boy Johnny Cage,
Facebook?
by the way. Yeah, on his Facebook. I think you can find him through Lena's Facebook. Just search Johnny Cage on there. He posted this funny picture of an El Paso snowman, and I really thought it captured the essence of the snow day today. So let's see if we can pull that up. And I thought that was funny. But Lena was like recently in New Mexico.
Oh,
and-
you want to see that snow? Should I send that to the chat?
No. We'll just talk about it. Just talk about the difference of like.
I'll fucking talk about that shit.
Yeah. Be careful and don't flash your gang signs here, okay?
Oh my god.
But okay,
Yes, dude. I don't want people to fucking
talk to us
call
real
and-
fast about the difference between being in snow over there. But real fast, Misa, put this fucking picture of the snowman up on the
shit.
chat
Okay,
so the people can see it. Guys, if you guys are only listening to us on audio only platforms, come over to our YouTube channel. We record all this shit so you can see everything. Everything's funnier when you can see it. And this is a picture of the El Paso snowman, courtesy of our boy, Mr. Johnny Cage. And it's the smallest snowman you'll ever fucking see. Look at this thing. This thing's hilarious.
Dude, it's because to be honest, man, they made it seem like it was gonna be like, hey, yo,
I thought we were going to die.
hide your kids, hide your wife, kind
Right.
of shit.
And that was it. That's all it was that little snowman. So I don't know. What do you think, Lena?
Okay, I'm gonna be real as fuck. I was hanging out with my friend. We were gonna go for a little schmirk, and I let her drive to Walmart because that's really the only thing you can do in New Mexico. No, I'm just
Drive
kidding.
to Walmart? That's the only thing you can
That's
do.
all they have.
No.
is Walmart.
It's definitely different, but the Walmart's definitely the spot to be at when you got to do shit. So I needed to get a gift. We're fucking going, and it literally got to the point where we could not see in front of us. Like, my friend, one of my closest friends, dude, we are so lucky we were in her car because it had snow features and shit. But not only that, but she was like, yo, like, we're not taking 66. We're not taking the freeway. We're going to take the dirt roads because it's really true. Like, you're a lot safer on dirt roads than you are on pavement when it comes to snow because of black ice.
That's how you know you live in a small town, when you can take nothing but dirt roads to get to your crib. Like, you couldn't
You
do that
sound
here.
jealous.
That's what I've always
No,
said.
I know.
like,
That's what I'm saying. You can't do that here.
Yeah, that's
Every
what I've always
road
said. Hey.
that leads here is paved.
if the weather is bad, take a horse,
Find a fucking horse somewhere.
donkey.
You know what's funny
It's
is
gonna
there's
take you
actually
7
like
hours.
there's actually pictures of like people in Moriarty going to like Sonic and different like places on their horses, but it's like yeah, like you do that. That's what you fucking do because a lot of people have animals, a lot of people have livestock. That's the way of life there. Like, I don't know what people want, you know?
Okay, so I want to go back real quick to TikTok, and I gotta ask Chris. Chris, have you tried TikTok?
No. So, well, I mean, I have a TikTok for the.
I mean, we have it for the
podcast
pod,
page,
right.
but I've never actually create everything I post on
Let's
TikTok.
see.
You've never spent time on TikTok,
No.
like
And
looking
everything
at
I
videos
post
and
on
shit?
TikTok is fucking related to the podcast.
Oh, okay.
Like, there's not one video where it's like me doing a fucking dance or anything like that.
No, yeah, but have you
It's not even downloaded on his phone.
Yeah, I
No,
don't
but
even
have
I
you-
was
use it
gonna
that
start
much.
like following people for you, like podcasters.
Have you looked up like when you went into TikTok, were you looking through videos and
No,
shit?
dude.
Like, reels,
all I
like-
did was post some shit,
And that's it?
And that was it. I didn't go
How
to
am I-
TikTok for videos. Like, one thing I don't like. I don't know.
You think there'll be another app like that? You know, another service like in the future, like that.
Well, they're always building new apps, dude. And we like they're building the new TikTok
Meta?
right now. Yeah. Well, I don't know. No, we're
Dude,
not
I mean,
gonna get into that,
lately, Facebook has been losing a lot of members. Like their stock market is like crashing.
I can't stand Facebook.
Well, Facebook is gonna die out soon. It's gonna be the next MySpace.
Yep.
Like, people are already off. Like, dude, people look at me like, bro, you're still posting on Facebook. Like, that's my main
What?
site. That I
Yeah,
post
that's
on.
a lot of. That's
Should
what
we
people
move-
tell me.
Should we just delete our shit then?
I've had
No,
Facebook
I
since
mean,
like 2009.
We don't.
though.
We shouldn't delete our Facebook, but
No, fuck
we
no.
really
That shit's
should.
timeless.
We really. Jesus.
Sorry.
Okay.
What's going
A little
on?
violence here.
Oh.
Everybody's okay.
Timeless.
It's just
So
fucking, it's all
I
this
think what we
snow
need to
outside.
do is just transition to like we should probably be more active on TikTok. That would
Yeah,
probably really help
straight
us
up.
and be more active on IG and just kind of Facebook doesn't really fit like our content because our content is long based interviews. Like I'm not gonna post all these podcasts on Facebook. It takes forever.
Bunch
You know
of
what I mean?
30-year-olds.
Yeah, like a bunch of my friends on Facebook are like my dad's friends or like my cousins, my uncles and shit, family, and they're all older. They're the ones that are more active than like my little cousins. They have Facebook, but they never use that shit. You go to their TikTok, they're dancing in their
Look at
bathroom.
Lena all over TikTok right now.
Yeah,
Look at
Lena's
her.
on TikTok right
Jesus.
I'm actually on Twitter.
now. Okay.
Oh, what about Twitter?
She's
dude?
all
What's
about the teas.
What's the difference with Twitter?
Now, I fucking love Twitter. I've loved Twitter for a really long time. It's like a text diary. You just tell shit
Hey,
that you're doing throughout
I
the
can't
day.
even read, so fuck Twitter.
Yeah, Misa, you would.
Yeah,
there's
just
no
videos
videos
and
on
that's
there,
it.
bro.
Nah,
if you
dude.
can't, Misa would
fuck
hate
that.
it.
Count me out. 'Cause
He's like, I have to read 5 sentences.
nope.
Yeah, dude, that's funny. I don't know. I think like we should really consider transitioning to like.
Look, I want to
those
know, like
platforms for sure.
anybody that's listening, if you guys are really good at like making TikTok videos,
Yeah,
or
help
Twitter,
us out.
Send us your best videos, and then or like maybe like how to make one, and then
Send us
I'll
tutorials.
I'll have your tutorials, and I'll have Chris do it.
Yeah, we'll have Chris do
Yeah.
it.
So now I have to make a TikTok video.
Yeah.
dude.
God damn it.
But we'll wait for
You know
for
which one I
listeners.
want to do, Misa, and you have to help me. I'm gonna be real as fuck with you. I've had this vision of doing one where he's a drunk Chris.
Dude, it's just,
What?
it's on video right now.
But what's the premise of the video though? Drunk Chris doesn't really say much.
It's gonna be,
Maybe
like-
you should do like a progression timeline. Like
Yeah.
2
Yeah,
beers,
maybe, yeah.
4 beers,
That's true.
7 beers,
That's true.
75
It'd be
beers.
like 10 minutes into the pod. 20 minutes into the pod.
Yep.
Like a 10-minute.
I would say I'm pretty good about not getting completely hammered on the podcast. I would say I don't ever really get destroyed on the podcast.
I don't know.
But
I did
on
that
a
one time.
regular,
Listen to episode number 2.
I
regular
did that
night.
one time, but like off pod, off mic, it's a little different.
I've done
but-
it too many times.
Bro,
so.
I was on the 11:30 podcast on Sunday with our boy Dre on Wheels.
Shout out, Dre.
I did have a little too much to drink before that episode. I will say that because your boy was a little slurring. You know what I mean? But it's okay. We created a good episode regardless, and
It was. I listened to it. It was pretty good.
it was fucking crazy. And shout out to our boy Dre. He's gonna be a dad and shit. So shout out to him. Give him a round of applause.
Yes, sir.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. People are becoming dads and
Yeah.
moms and shit. It's
That's crazy.
Dre on Wheels was like one of our first guests. Like I think because when we started, it was just nothing but friends.
right.
Yep.
He was one of our first like interviews that we don't know who you
He's such
are.
a good guy.
You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
we literally didn't know him before we fucking interviewed him. But shout out to
Washington,
you, Dre.
right?
Yeah, he's from DC, dude.
Oh, dude. Speaking of, bro, the Commanders.
Is that the new name?
That's the new name, the Washington Commanders.
That's trash.
Dude, how are you gonna do like their
That's
team
weird.
chat? How are you gonna do their team chat? Let's go Commanders.
C
Commanders.
Let's go Commands. Let's go Camps. Let's go
Yeah.
Commanders.
That whole franchise is just a fucking shipwreck, a pile of trash that's on fire.
I mean, they
That
have
whole
good
franchise.
intentions, but come on.
No, they don't have good intentions because so when the NFL made them change their name, a bunch of people bought up the domain names to all these other fucking possible names. They beat them to the punch. So the fucking football team was like, we don't have any names to get because they were all purchased. Now we have to
Right.
fucking pick one. Make one up. Like they should have been on top of their shit and like
They should have been like the maroon
copyrighted
skins.
all the other fucking the maroon skins. That's not gonna work. They had to get rid of the skins thing. That was the thing. But I don't know. Fucking Washington, they're trash as a football
the
team.
Indians,
That
the
wouldn't
Washington Indians.
Work.
But
I don't
that's
think that
not
would've
something.
worked.
Okay,
Yeah.
Washington Native Americans.
No, you can't have any relation to that. In
Trail of
today's
Tears,
society,
Trail of Tears.
like essentially.
Definitely not that one.
Trail of
whatever.
Tears, Jesus Christ. Fuck at me. So Jesus Christ, man. All right. So I think we've hit on everything we've really needed to hit on this episode.
Yep, it's time.
Lena, thank you for coming back on the podcast.
Yeah, thank you, Lena.
You're an OG, one of the original members of the pod.
It's like she's always here, but she's not here.
Yeah, she's always here, but she's not until
I'm in your hearts.
Until she hears me telling the story about putting a girl on my shoulders.
Dude, that was.
And then she busts into the studio.
Let me just. Well, yeah.
Watch that clip on YouTube, by the way. It's up there.
Hit us up.
So, Lena, final thoughts on today's podcast before we wrap this up?
Today was amazing, and I'm so glad Quintin spent time with us. It was really, really amazing to hear his story. I think everything that you guys are doing here every single time is amazing, and it's gonna get better.
Thank you for that. That really means a lot.
That was pretty good.
That was good.
I love it.
I don't even like you guys.
Right. I don't even know what to say. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Especially you.
No, especially me. Shout out. Anyways, Misa, final thoughts on today's episode, dude. This was one of the few times where we don't have a guest for the whole pod.
Yeah.
But we had to improvise.
It was good, man. It was good. It's awesome being able to talk to somebody like Mr. Demps, and dude, first NFL player on our pod.
Shouts.
Not the last one. That was
shouts.
That's a big bucket
Secured
list
the bag right
scratch
there.
off. Yeah, that's a badass thing. And also, it's just us three talking. Like that's how it
it's
started.
been a while. Yeah.
So I love that. Also, I want to give a big ass shout out to our sponsors, Eyeglass, Aaron Lee, and our boy Omar over at Sun City Vibes. Shout out to you guys and everybody listening. Yo, come on, guys, share this shit.
Definitely make sure you're following on all the platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Hit us up. That's where you get updates. TikTok too
I just
now.
found out we're on TikTok.
Yeah, definitely hit us up there. But share, doesn't take anything at all. Definitely leave us feedback if you like something. If you want to be on the pod, hit us up.
Yeah, and make sure to be safe and stay fresh.
All right, guys, final thoughts on today's episode. I thought it was really cool. I mean, getting a former NFL player on here, and then not only that, but a UTEP star. UTEP legend.
That's the best part.
You know what I mean? And some guy that really, really took his opportunity at UTEP and ran with it and took it to the NFL, similar to what Aaron Jones has done. So, I mean, it was great to talk to him.
Dude, and I love it that they both kept roots here.
They both fuck
with El Paso, bro. And that's, Aaron Jones grew up here. That's different. But for Quintin to go to school here and really lay his foundation, and his nonprofit is here too. So, it's huge. But it was really great to talk to them. Lena, thank you for helping us out today. Joe has his kid today, so we weren't able to utilize him.
Yeah, he's being a dad.
Misa, thanks again for sliding through.
Yes,
Another good episode. We finally interviewed a fucking former NFL player. Give us a round of applause for that. I don't know any other podcast in El Paso that's fucking cranking out these types of interviews. We're fucking giving you great content. For sure.
You have to say.
A fucking former NFL player. Come on, give us some fucking credit.
Honestly and truly, it's been so dope to see the progression. I'm proud of you guys.
Come on, you know what I mean? 112 episodes, we're fucking cranking it out. So let's get it. So anyways, guys, like Lena said, make sure you guys are following us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Apple Podcasts, leave a rating and a review. Conversing with Chris and Misa, the fucking podcast.
Yes, sir.
Episode number 112. We're signing off for today, guys. Be safe out there. We are.
Bye,
Out.
Bitch, I get you tapered like a new fresh haircut. Put it in ignition, now a nigga got his keys stuck. Zanny got amnesia, hoes down, G's up, bitch. Ooh, hit me back with